Again, this is God-led, man. If anybody knows me, my faith is so strong. This is God-led to have this happen right now with this group. Like you said, I watched Houston do it. Watched South Florida do it last year, watched Cincinnati do it. I've been in the league 7 years, and to be able to be in this position right now it's a great feeling because that's what you work hard for. And the blessings just keep pouring in, and I'm proud of my team because they allowed me to coach them hard, allowed my staff and I to coach them hard, and they responded to the bell, answered the bell every single time, and still so much more to go.
It wasn't that long ago that you mentioned that as a competitor and a guy who's been doing this for 7 years now, this award was important to you. You're a team guy first, but this was something that you kind of had circled. What does it mean to you after all this time, after watching other guys win, to not only win this award, but to do it at your alma mater and UMass?
Yeah, it means a lot because it's leaving a legacy to the young kids that grew up here in the city that are following in my footsteps. The city raised me. Since I was 9th grade, I was with Elliot Perry. The city adopted me at that point, and it's been nothing but great ever since. So to be able to get this award, I'm sure Coach Finch is smiling down, my high school coach, Garmer Curry, those guys taught me so much about the game. And just to get this award, it puts Memphis in a great position, and that's what makes me happy. The individual award, I've had those my entire life from basketball, but never as a coach because I'm always about team and about this city. But it does feel good to be acknowledged for my hard work because I do know I work really hard.
Does it not, mean a bit more though, considering that you mentioned it during your radio interview with Jason and John last week, how they were talking about you as a good representative for the program, a good recruiter, a good face, and that kind of thing, but you weren't given the title of a good coach. Does winning this make that any more vindicating?
It depends on how everyone looked at what coaching was. I was winning 20-plus games. I just wasn't winning NCAA games, and I wasn't doing it in the fashion of all the other coaches. I'm not a traditional coach. I'm just the way I do things is different, and I just needed time to really figure things out. And I guess that's with the experience of not ever being a college coach and learning on the fly. But it is a good feeling though to know that you are Coach of the Year and that you have to be respected for that. And again, being from Memphis, this thing coming full circle to be the coach now, to win the regular season and to be Coach of the Year is, man, you can't dream of that.
It wasn't just you though that got honored. PJ, Player of the Year, Ninja, Newcomer of the Year. You have 3 first-teamers. I know it's probably the most surprising thing considering that you guys kind of dominated the league, but still, how does it feel to watch your guys get awarded for what they did?
Well, that's what winning does. That's what sacrifice does. That's what, putting others before yourself, and that's what this team has done. Tyrese probably could have scored more, probably could have been more selfish. Dane definitely could have scored more and been more selfish. And PJ's getting double teamed and triple teamed all night. And, he takes the majority of the shots because he's our guy that we lean on and has been, present all year in those areas. And then the rest of the team has to accept their roles in making this work. So it's a beautiful thing when the team gets rewarded because it's all of our success at once. Because it wasn't just us, the guys that got the awards, that did this alone. We did it together.
Hey, Penny, did it ever come a time you said, man, I don't need this. I can do better without this. You ever come to the total saying, I don't need this in my life?
I didn't come to that conclusion because I'm such a competitor. But it was almost to a point to where if I wasn't the guy, we want our city and our school to be successful. And I'm all for if it was another guy that could do better because we want to win. We want the city to be happy. We want the school to be happy. So if that would have happened, then I'm okay with it. But I was never at the point where I wanted to quit and be like, you know what, I could do better somewhere else. I really wanted to make this work.
What was the emphasis in practice today you guys did over the days?
Well, without knowing who we're playing, we played both teams. Had some success against South Florida in both games and struggled against Wichita State both games. And we just have to prepare for both. We kind of just played South Florida, and we worked on Wichita State today because you don't know who's going to win. And we're trying to work on ourselves as well in all the areas where we're not as strong, that we need to be stronger, because the same mistakes that we made in the regular season, you got to erase those mistakes. And where we're good, we have to be better. And we worked on that today as well.
At the same time, how do you emphasize, I guess, getting the appropriate amount of rest? Obviously, you're going to play until Friday.
Yeah, I think because we've had to do this all season, and from the standpoint of trying not to do anything to get anyone injured, but still put the work in, our system and how we do that, it works for everyone because we get the conditioning in, we get the mental work. It's just not the 5-on-5 as much because we don't want any more injuries. So I think we'll be fresh enough. We've been through so many wars already this year. We'll have to draw from our experiences that we've had from Alabama and North Carolina all the way till now on these games moving forward. But we do know it's 0-0. The records in the regular season are done.
How do you like Larry? How do you like Coach Finch? How do you, when you see yourself coaching and see how you like him and how you different?
I think I'm like him because we were driven for the city, not ourselves. You know, I just feel like we want the success of the city more than we want for ourselves. That's definitely a way that we're alike.
And you're the best coach now you've ever been, obviously. You talked about that. Do you think how long you're going to do this?
I have not thought about how long I was going to do it because I'm so driven on trying to have success here that it hadn't even allowed me to even think about anything else. You know, really. I mean, I just haven't sat back and gone, how many years do you want to do this? Because you have to be successful. You want to be successful. And right now, having some success, you don't know how far this goes, but I've never really sat back and go, I don't know how many years I really want to do this.
And the PGA is guys bounced around high schools, now down to different college teams. Do you get the sense of what, I know everybody wants to talk about this future, but do you get the sense of what this moment when you playing in the NCAA tournament or playing postseason college basketball?
Yeah, it's huge because he's a dreamer. He's a guy that sat home and watched the NCAA tournament since he was young. We all have. And to be in this position, he was in a position at TCU but didn't get a chance to play. Didn't have a chance at Tulsa because they were just down at the moment, building. And then now to have this situation happen, being ranked the #1 shooting guard in the country, to be the player of the year in the conference and to have an opportunity to win the AAC tournament and then go to the NCAA tournament, man, you can't dream this. I keep saying dream because we're still dreaming. And it's something that he would have hoped for it to happen this way, but probably couldn't have imagined it. Now that it's here, he's definitely excited. He's made the dream possible because he's shown up every game. You know, he might have had a couple bad shooting nights, but his energy has helped us win games when he didn't have the shooting going. So his presence on the court gives us an opportunity to win every single night because he has to be accounted for by 2 or 3 guys.
What's the most underappreciated thing about BJ?
His competitiveness. I think his competitiveness, man. He does have a Mamba mentality. He talks about it all the time. He's quiet, but he's fierce in a lot of ways because he doesn't want to lose. And he's still learning on the fly, but the competitive nature that he has is second to none. Yeah, I'm not a moral victory guy, so we're going to definitely be appreciative of what we've done because we did something special with the schedule that we had in the non-conference, and then to go through conference, arguably could have been 18-0, definitely 17-1 if we just get the ball in bounds. That's hard to do, going in everybody's best game, biggest game, T-shirt game, towel game, whatever it is, and it's rowdy everywhere you go, and you still have to win. No matter what the nation thinks about the conference, it's hard. So for me, first stage, very successful. Now the next stage happens. We've gotten to the conference finals a lot since I've been here. We just haven't been successful every year, but we've gotten there. We won it one time, the year that we lost to FAU. But last year was the first time that we really got knocked out. First round, it was just one of those weird seasons. And then getting into the NCAA, we've gotten to that second game and had a double-figure lead against the #1 overall seed 3 times on the way. So for me, we've been to the championship of the conference. We just haven't gone to a Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four. For me, a successful season for me with this team would be Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four moving forward. But it's not a failure because we've done the first accomplishment really, really well.
Now, kind of build off that, it seemed like throughout this whole season, the Bulls did more material for your guys than was redemption, right? Redemption for this program, redemption for you personally.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what happens now, that redemption is done.
Yep. seeding for us. I mean, we want to win, period, because we have to win. When you win, you give yourself an opportunity to have a higher seeding. The next thing behind that is to prove ourselves right, not others wrong. Like we know what we can do. And those two things drive me, maybe not the team, but it drives me because I know how important seeding is. Even though when I was in school, we had, I think we were like a 9 seed, and we made it to the Elite 8. So to me, no matter who you match up against, you're going to have to beat the best to win it. So I'm saying that, but at the end of the day, you got to play who you play.
What do you think when you see the bracketologists after you guys win the AAC Houston title and you're an 8, 7 seed, whatever it is? What are your thoughts on that?
I just think that they don't respect who we are. That's when I look at that, because you don't respect the team if you drop 8 spots after a loss and you're a 7, 8 seed and the teams that you beat are ahead of you. I'm not crying at all. It's just when I look at that, it's like they just don't respect it. So we got to keep earning our respect. I got you.
That you consider most critical to succeeding in the tournament?
I think our unity is unified. We all have the same goal, and that hasn't been that way on this team in the past years. It's been kind of selfish. Some guys that have been so good feel like they can do it on their own, but with this group, our biggest attribute as a squad is the unity. We're together. We're as one.
You've talked about it all year in respect to this conference. It seems that everything is about the metrics. It doesn't, people are watching basketball or whatever the case may be, it's all about the metrics. No matter what you do this week, is there a part of you that expects bad news on such a Sunday just because? I mean, you're sitting here right now and you're actually dropping to like a 7 or 8. You were a 6 a week ago.
Yep.
Is there an expectation that Sunday there's going to be a bit of a disappointment, even if you cut down the nets, that you're going to again fall that 7, 8, 9?
I'd be lying if I didn't say that I don't know if it's going to be good for us or not on Sunday. I don't feel like even if we win it all. So when you know that, you just get ready for whatever comes, and we'll be ready. We'll use that as some more bulletin board material, and I like our team being in that mode versus being relaxed and content.